And while some Valley Catholics say they are saddened by the Holy Father's passing, they say Francis brought so much to the church, and that they can be joyful for. It's going to be another warm one today in the valley. High is going to be in the mid-90s for us, overnight lows in the 60s, but we're going to cool down a little bit over the next few days. Hong Kong-based CK Hutchins Incorporated, which operates the ports at both ends of the canals, recently sold their operations to U.S.-based conglomerate BlackRock. One of the areas that they actually are able to keep secure on the campus is the pastor's office, because this is a private space. While most voters in Tolleson tell me they're excited to be out and voting today and making their voice heard, some say they are concerned. In the San Diego sector, they have a primary border fence as well as a secondary border fence, creating an enforcement zone which gives agents more time to respond to unlawful entries.
Oh, this is a wonderful basilica in our city, and I was just drawn to it, knowing that we're having this service for Pope Francis, and I just had to come.
Jolette Rios was among the hundreds gathered for a special mass mourning the loss of Pope Francis. Many of the faithful say Francis lived out a different type of leadership for the more than 1 billion member church.
I found him to be very progressive, very humble, very much in touch with the regular person, and I really appreciate that about him.
The Mass at St. Mary's featured prayers, music, and of course, a word from the very Reverend John Muir, pastor of St. Mary's Basilica.
From paying his own hotel bill, to wearing the black shoes, to riding in the bus with the other cardinals, to living in a simple place, and countless others reminded us again and again and again of the dignity of every single one of us.
Deacon Gary Scott of St. Maria Goretti's in Scottsdale said Pope Francis was all about mercy, something that reminded him about his days as a young boy growing up in the church.
Our sisters would tell us, when you greet people on the street, you're seeing the Holy Spirit with them and greet them as brothers and sisters. And that's truly what he was trying to encourage us in again, to get outside of just our normal comfort zone.
And that's what some say he did, moving the Catholic Church away from the more conservative leadership of his predecessors to one of humility and service to the neglected, to those in need.
I think he set a very, very good moral example for the whole world.
And while some Valley Catholics say they are saddened by the Holy Father's passing, they say Francis brought so much to the church, and that they can be joyful for. Reporting in downtown Phoenix, I'm Eddie McCoven. From shipping containers stacked 6 to 10 stories high to large cargo ships passing through, the Panama Canal is a vital part of global trade, brought back into the spotlight with concerns of Chinese influence.
China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama.
Leland Lazarus, an expert on China-Latin America relations at Florida International University, says while U.S. investment is largely through banking, China's investments in Latin America have increased in recent years, from commodities like soybeans and grain to physical infrastructure.
What they see is a Chinese-built library in El Salvador, right? Or a Chinese-built port in Peru.
China's presence in Panama dates back more than 150 years, but recently Chinese-backed projects, including bridges, energy, and wireless technology, makes China's presence more visible. Hong Kong-based CK Hutchins Incorporated, which operates the ports at both ends of the canals, recently sold their operations to U.S.-based conglomerate BlackRock. Despite some Chinese businesses ending operations along the canal, security concerns still exist. According to a Wall Street Journal report, military intelligence under the Biden administration found at least 5 sites near the canal that China could use for military purposes.
For any civil work surrounding the Panama Canal, there will always be risk associated.
Officials with the Panama Canal Authority say they work with the Panamanian government to ensure contractors from all nations meet security standards.
Will this risk be related to a more aggressive position by these entities? It's yet to be determined.
Leaders say one way to address concerns of Chinese influence is for the U.S. to increase its investment in Panama. Eddie McCoven, Cronkite News.
I'm actually very excited. It's my first time voting, so I felt like it was an important election to participate in.
Phoenix resident Anna Pinellas is one of many voters who stood in line to cast their ballot at the Tolleson Civic Center. Election volunteers said some voters waited here for 30 minutes, but as election day went on, that wait time went up to 2 hours. Vontrail Valentine of Tolleson said the wait didn't matter.
If you can vote, go vote. A lot of people can't, so you got to take advantage.
And while most voters in Tolleson tell me they're excited to be out and voting today and making their voice heard, some say they are concerned.
Personally, I don't see how is it such a close race? It's crazy, right? It just seems like it's one of those things that's supposed to be a little bit towards one side, a little easier, you know what I mean?
And for voters like Mike Anderson of Glendale, it's about doing your civic duty.
This is your opportunity to do something for the country, whether you're Democrat or Republican.
Overall, voters said they were optimistic and looking forward to the results of the election. In the West Valley, Eddie McCoven, Cronkite News.